Okay, folks, we have got more news regarding Wendy Williams. Yeah. I'm pretty excited in a weird way about sharing this. That's our first hot topic, brought to you by Funny Girl at Walton Art Center. So here's what happened. So Wendy was unexpectedly taken to the hospital yesterday amid her pleas for help. Authorities responded to her assisted living facility for a welfare check yesterday. She was then escorted out of the building and transported to a local hospital for evaluation. The former talk show host dropped a note out of her window earlier that morning, okay? And it read, "Help, Wendy."
Yeah.
So no news yet on what's going on. I saw some of the photos. TMZ shared a video of her being escorted out of the building. And of course, we've been talking about this for some time.
It's an ongoing story.
Right.
Really.
And I've been listening to this podcast, and just different reporters are talking about how Wendy's family is like, hey, if she's sick, we just want to take care of her. Right. So anyway, I've said this before, we've not seen the last of this.
No, I think there's more to come,
Yes.
obviously, in this story. And I don't pretend to know much about guardianship and
Sure.
the conservatorship and all the things that are happening there. But I got a lot of questions.
Same.
Hopefully we'll figure this out in the end. And hopefully Wendy is going to be okay.
I hope
That's my
so.
biggest concern is
Yes.
for her. Well, Prince Jackson is celebrating his dad's, the King of Pop's, lasting legacy. Did you see this?
Yes.
Prince made a rare appearance at the opening night of MJ the Musical at the Lyric Theatre in Sydney on Saturday. Now, MJ the Musical is based on the life of his father, Michael Jackson, and tells the story of his creative process and preparation for the 1992 Dangerous World Tour. We all remember that big show-stopping tour that was. Prince's attendance at the musical launch in Sydney comes a year after he and his siblings joined the preview night of MJ the Musical in London together last March. So this show has some legs. It's coming to our very own Walton Arts Center as part of the season. I think we can talk about that now. So, but yeah, Prince going out and supporting the legacy of his father.
Yes, and did you know there's going to be a film about Michael Jackson and his life, and his nephew is playing him?
Yes, I know, fascinating.
So it is going to be wild.
Yeah.
So, but sweet that they're, supporting that.
Supporting
Yeah.
the musical, yeah.
All right, well, I'm excited about this. Discussions about a potential John Tucker Must Die sequel are kind of alive, at least between two of the cast members of the 2006 teen comedy. So while discussing her new movie, No Address, Ashanti said that it would be hilarious to make a John Tucker Must Die follow-up film, and she's been texting her co-star Ariella Cabell about it. She said, quote, "We've been going back and forth a little bit. She told me she had the idea, and I was like, listen, if we can get it together, I'm down." And I know they've been talking about this for a while, about maybe like John Tucker's still up to no good in his old ways, and the potential script would have all of the OG cast members. So, I think we've talked about this, especially my generation. We want to bring back that nostalgia.
Sometimes
right?
there's a thing about, keeping your fingers crossed, and then sometimes you're like, can we just
Let
move
it
on?
go.
Yes.
And
Let it go.
Let it go.
That's how they sing.
Yes.
That's from my generation. Frozen.
Yep.
My kids' generation, really. Okay, so sometimes the actors want to get back together. Sometimes they don't. Check out this story. Tia Mowry isn't sure she wants to revisit her sister days. I know, heartbreak, right? Yes. So while speaking at a recent Overjoyed launch event, she addressed the idea of a reboot of the popular 90s family sitcom. While fans may be super keen for a sister revival, Tia might prefer that the Landry Campbell family TV farewell remains the final one. She said, quote, "I will say this, it was such a beautiful, amazing show, and part of me also just wants to leave it there. You know what I mean? Let it be." So, that's all right. We all got our feelings about it.
Fine, I'll just rewatch the show over and over again. Go
And
home, Roger, okay?
You can do that right now.
Such a good show.
Do we know what Tamara is saying about it? I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's go ask her.
Yeah, let's go ask her.
Let's call her.
We'll get on the phone right after this and find out what she thinks.
Okay, get a load of this. This is so cute. So at 100 years old, Joseph Kiminiti goes to the gym more often than many people a fraction of his age. He works out 5 days a week with a routine that includes cardio and weightlifting. He is a World War II veteran. He lives with his 98-year-old wife and drives himself to the Edge Fitness Club in Bristol, Connecticut every weekday morning for a workout that lasts about an hour. He credits the active routine for his long, healthy life, and he said, quote, "If you see me, you wouldn't think I was 100. Everywhere I go, they say, you're not 100 years old, and I say, that's what I am."
That's what I am.
I'm into it.
I am.
I'm into it, Joe.
Yeah, no, I'm totally into it. Those are goals right there, life goals.
100
I think,
years
to still be
look at
working out.
him.
And did you say for an hour
Yes.
in length? Why?
Yeah.
An hour-long workout, 5 days a week, hitting the gym, hitting the weights hard.
World
I love
War
to
II
see
vet.
it.
Yeah, what a guy.
Keep it going. Got to keep moving. That's right. Saoirse Ronan and Austin Butler are set to star in Deep Cuts, a movie based on the debut novel of Holly Brickley. Set in the 2000s, man, we're just reminiscing about the 2000s today. Deep Cuts is a love story about two music-obsessed 20-somethings navigating the messy realities of ambition, belonging, and adulthood over the course of an era-defining decade. The novel, of course, was published only last Tuesday by Crown. Sean Durkin is on board to direct and adapt, and Saoirse Ronan will also serve as the producer. Those are two Hollywood stars right now, really lighting up the silver screen. Austin Butler, Saoirse Ronan. So I'm excited to see what comes of this.
And the fact that the book was only published last Tuesday and they're already wanting an adaptation, I'm like, I feel like I need to read this book
I
now.
feel like some people probably had some advanced copies of this book if we're going to turn it into a movie like that.
Come on,
Yes.
Saoirse, she got the hook up.
She got the hook
She's
up.
like, I need this into a movie now,
Yes.
and I'll star in it.
Yes.
Why not?
Could you call her after this and see
I'll
if
call
we
her.
can,
I'll call. Guys, don't worry.
Yeah.
I'll have the full report.
We're going to grab the celeb phone. It's like the bat phone. And just call.
It's Josh Ruger doing an impression.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay, well, now here's a question, because, you know, it's kind of this allergy season,
Yeah.
flu-y, sicky. So does the chicken noodle soup really work? That's
Yes.
what I wanted to know. Well,
Yeah.
according to dietitian Danica Cowan, it can, all right, folks? You got protein from the chicken and the broth. It's good for you. And she says if you add lots of veggies, it's an excellent source of vitamins and minerals to help boost your immune system. And get a load of this, even adding like some Asian mushrooms is going to boost that as well. And maybe consider adding some fresh turmeric, great anti-inflammatory.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it works if you're feeling under the weather.
We
Get you
just
some soup.
closed out our hot topics by making everybody hungry, including me.
Warm up some soup.
Ready for